If someone told you that dropping out of university and locking yourself in a garage for months all could turn you into a multi-millionaire, you'd probably laugh. It sounds absurd, like one of those stories you hear in self-help books, but never in real life. But that's exactly what happened to Sam Ovens. He went from being a broke college dropout in New Zealand, failing business after business, to building an online education empire. His courses made him millions of dollars, and his latest project, School, is completely changing how people learn and connect with each other online. How did he do it? Sam didn't start with connections, money, or any kind of special advantage. In fact, his story starts in one of the most relatable ways possible: complete failure. He was in his early 20s, living in his parents' garage after dropping out of university. He had tried to start 2 businesses and both had flopped. One was a rental property app, the other an online job board. Neither took off, and the money he had borrowed to fund them was gone. He was broke, frustrated, and felt like he had wasted years chasing dreams that weren't working. He started questioning everything. Was he just not cut out for business? Had he made a mistake leaving university? Was it time to give up? It was in this period of self-doubt that something clicked. Instead of coming up with another idea from scratch, he decided to look at businesses that already existed and figure out how he could help them. He noticed that most small business owners struggled with digital marketing and client acquisition. They were good at what they did: plumbers, lawyers, consultants. But they had no idea how to attract customers online. Sam realized that if he could figure out how to solve that problem, he could charge for his expertise. He didn't have a background in marketing, but he started reading everything he could, testing strategies, and learning from experience. Is there a gap in the market that you've noticed that you're thinking of filling with your business? Let me know in the comments. And while you're there, hit those like and subscribe buttons. After learning everything that he could, the moment that changed everything came for Sam. He landed his first consulting client almost by accident. Through a conversation, he pitched his services for $1,000, expecting rejection, but the client said yes. That one sale flipped a switch in his mind. It wasn't about coming up with a revolutionary product. It was about finding a problem people already had and solving it for them. With that realization, he was just getting started. But could one lucky client really turn into a full-time business? After landing his first client, Sam started refining his approach. He built systems, figured out what worked, and started getting consistent results. He wasn't just guessing anymore, he had a process, and people noticed. His success got him featured on Mixergy, a website that interviews entrepreneurs. In that interview, he shared his strategies and broke down exactly how he was getting clients. What happened next shocked him. His email inbox exploded. Hundreds of people reached out asking how he did it. They weren't just interested in hiring him, they wanted to learn his methods. Sam had never considered teaching before, but now there was an overwhelming demand for it. He saw an opportunity. Instead of working one-on-one with clients, he could teach people how to do it themselves. The problem was, he had no idea how to build a course. So he improvised. He took recordings of his Skype calls, put them into a Dropbox folder, and sold access to it. It was rough, unpolished, and had zero production value. But people loved it. Why? Because it worked. The content was raw but valuable. People didn't care about flashy videos. They wanted results, and that's exactly what Sam gave them. His course was making serious money. But was it really possible to turn this into something much bigger? Sam now knew that people were willing to pay for his knowledge, but he also knew that if he wanted to scale, he needed something better than a Dropbox folder. He decided to build a proper course. It wasn't just about throwing information together. It had to be structured, easy to follow, and effective. The first version was a physical product. He literally shipped boxes of DVDs and printed workbooks to customers. It was slow, expensive, and a logistical nightmare. But despite the challenges, it worked. In the first year, the course made $1.2 million. The next year, it doubled to $2.4 million. With money in the bank, and Sam's life changed completely. He moved out of his parents' garage, traveled the world, and enjoyed financial freedom for the first time. But through it all, he realized something important. People weren't buying his course because of fancy packaging. They bought it because they believed it would change their lives. It wasn't about selling information, it was about selling transformation. Now that he had proof his system worked, he wanted to take it even further. But how could he refine the experience and make it even more powerful? Sam took everything he had learned and created what would become his most successful program, Consulting Accelerator. It wasn't just a course, it was a complete system designed to transform people's lives. He focused on 4 key elements. First, a step-by-step process that anyone could follow. Second, mindset training, because he believed success wasn't just about knowledge, but about reprogramming the way people think. Third, a strong community, because he saw how much students supported each other. And fourth, direct mentorship, so people could get real help instead of just consuming content. The course was a 6-week program covering everything from finding a niche to landing clients to using Facebook ads to scale. The results were undeniable. People weren't just learning, they were getting real success. 21 of his students became millionaires. Hundreds more hit 6 figures. Thousands quit their jobs. But despite the success of the course, Sam noticed something unexpected. People spent more time in the community than in the actual course content. They'd forget their login details for the training, but they never missed a conversation in the Facebook group. That got him thinking. What if the real value wasn't in the course, but in the community itself? The more Sam studied the behavior of his students, the more he saw a pattern. People wanted to be part of a group, not just consume information alone. They learned more from discussing, interacting, and sharing experiences than from watching videos. And yet, most online education platforms treated community as an afterthought. That's when the idea for school was born. Instead of just selling courses, Sam wanted to create a platform that made community the centerpiece. School allowed anyone to build their own learning community, where content, discussions, and engagement happened in one place. You didn't have to create an entire course first. You could build as you go, with your audience. School quickly gained traction. Entrepreneurs, coaches, and educators flocked to the platform, seeing it as a better way to teach and engage with their audience. It wasn't just another online course platform. It was a completely new way of thinking about online education. Sam's journey from a struggling dropout to an industry leader is proof of one thing: success doesn't come from having a perfect plan. It comes from solving real problems, adapting to what works, and continuously improving. His story isn't just about making money. It's about understanding people, delivering real value, and being willing to change when necessary. And now, with school, he's not just teaching people how to build businesses. He's giving them the tools to do it themselves. So the question is, how many more lives will be changed because one guy decided to rethink what online education could be? Have you heard of or tried school before? What do you think about Sam's story? Let me know in the comments. And if you found this interesting, don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this.